Ladies and gentlemen, Supergirl, and you have to bear with me because I just put my teeth in. And we're going to go through a little bit of a boring stage next couple of videos, and that is prime, sand, and repeat. And we'll start with her head. Don't have to do much to her head, no assembly, it's just all one piece, but I wanted to get primer on her, show the detail on her. One thing, and then also I need to see if there's any flaws, and there is some on the hair. There's I'm gonna say some holes that you got to fill. That's no big deal. It's just the way it is on the 3D printed kit, and the support struts, and there's some that go on her chin. They were snipped off, and you might be able to see how they're kind of pitted. I got to get that all sanded, but I needed to get primer on her so I can see it, because you really can't see with translucent resin on there. But anyway, some people do ask, what material 3D print, is hard to paint, and it doesn't matter if it's opaque, doesn't matter if it's clear. Once you spray it with primer and put paint on it, you'll never know, and as long as you can get paint to stick, that's all that matters. But anyway, I gotta start working on her hair, get that all cleaned up and everything, and then I started working on her torso. I did get her arms attached. They do fit. They're, I want to say flush, but again, me, when you get something glued, you know how you always kind of get it just off just a little bit. That's kind of what I did there. I did get her, and she wears a solid sleeve, crop top, if you will, and I use plastic putty, which Vallejo's plastic putty is basically like, for example, it's pretty much like tulip, just thick paint, if you will. Can be sanded very lightly, but one thing about water-based putty, you can get it on and then really smooth it out. Water, you don't have to get any chemicals or anything like that with other putties, or like red putty, using model glue or anything like that. But anyway, I did get that fixed on her, so hopefully next couple of videos won't be too boring, but that's where we're at on the boring stage. Same way with the legs. Did get her feet on. As you can see, started sanding the bottom of her legs, which is where the supports are, because once they're clipped off, they're a little pitted, but it's, again, pretty smooth on top. And I'll have to give a little disclaimer on this one. I will try to get it all smooth as I can, but there might be a spot that just can't, maybe like in a fold or anything that just, you don't want to put too much putty and, screw it up, so you want to sand it the best you can. That's why we're going to get paint to be a primer as well. Anyway, did get that sanded. Got her leg pretty darn smooth, so just chipping along. The kit does fit. There's a couple, to me, bottom here and here, her leg, it does fit. I mean, it's a real flush, but to me it's I want to say a little loose. I mean, it's not real, I mean, it is a fit, but not exact. But anyway, that's just nitpicking. But anyway, other than that, it's just pretty darn cool. The base, need to mention that the base comes in two pieces, and excuse me, once I get that glued down, I'll have to blend it in, no big deal. The support rod, now when you build Supergirl, she does have a hole in her foot, and you slide it in like so, and she should, stand like she's flying. I recommend later on whacking that off and getting a brass tube. I think it would hold up a little bit longer. It may bend with the weight of her. I mean, she's pretty light, but that's something that may have to consider down the road. But anyway, working on the base. And again, we have to touch on the cape. You might be able to see some of the A little bit of the pits there, you know, especially along the edges. Of course, translucent, kind of hard to see, but once you get primer on here, we get that sanded down and take care of it. But anyway, again, boring. Don't want to bore everyone to death. It's just putty, sand, and repeat. So hopefully we'll get a little more done today and tomorrow. Getting her sanded down and getting her hopefully assembled. And then we can start the fun part, and that is painting. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. I am working on Supergirl. We'll do Mary Jane once we get her a little further along. And we'll probably find something else to do too. Just while things dry, we can talk about something else. Anyway, that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for next exciting episode.